Okay, guys, I see many of you have joined. We can start. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So we were talking about Linux machine, guys, right? Why did we come here? My simple question was, I have created a machine. I have user ID and password, right? How do I log into a machine? When would you come
We
here?
need to use
Well, you'll come here always when you have some issues, when you want to run something from outside. Did I say my password is missing? Nothing. Sorry, yes, you were answering, Abhijit. Or Ajit, sorry, who was, I think Abhijit, yes, you were answering.
putty, I think.
Simple, yes, guys. Similarly, though, it's completely fine when I am asking you questions on the topic which we haven't covered. If you're not able to answer, it's completely fine, right? I'm just checking the information, trying to make you talk, even if it isn't correct, right? Give answers, indulge yourself in conversation. That's what I'm doing here, right? So people who have not used Linux, I'm not even expecting you to know some tool. So similarly, like we have a tool called RDP for Windows, right? We have one tool called it's Putty or Putty. You will see both pronunciation. Stick to whatever you like. I don't mind. Putty, right? That's the tool. Putty or Putty. However you want to pronounce it, up to you. This is the tool which we use to connect to a Linux machine or any machine for that matter, which is there on port 22. If you want to connect to a Windows machine on SSH, you'll have to use Putty, right? If you want to connect to a Windows machine using RDP, you'll have to use RDP or RDC. This is a remote desktop connection. RDP is protocol. So this is the tool which we are going to use. So, so I opened the tool. You guys don't have to worry about it. I'll show it to you how to download, but it's okay even if you don't practice. At Windows, I have many tasks for you where you'll have to log in and make changes, do something, right? Linux, nothing much. Don't worry, right? So this is the IP address I'm taking. This is the tool. Very simple. I'll type the IP address here. Port number is already here. For SSH, port is always 22. Guys, port numbers are something you can't change for many things, right? There are exceptions, but you can't change. RDP port number 3389 is definitely there, right? But do you see one difference? Here, the port number is written. Here, port number is not written. So how do you know, or how this connection knows that I have to go through port number 3389?
Because our port is 3389.
Perfect, yes. This port itself is for 3389, guys. Anything you put here, this port by default taking you from 3389, unless you want to deviate from the route. If you want to take this connection using 22, though you should not use that, this is how you can do it. This is how you can do it 3389. But if you don't put anything, by default port is 3389. Websites, anyone knows on which port all these websites are working? Google.com or anything, or for that matter, portal I'm using or UT-Kloud. Which,
HTTP,
yes, HTTP and HTTPS. What is the port
HTTPS,
number for HTTP?
80, I guess.
80. Do you guys see anywhere I'm typing your website name and uh, 80? Did I do this?
No.
Why not? Why didn't I do it? Because the moment you're using any browser, guys, the browser itself knows that this is a website. If you're using a browser, this is a website. It has to be either on 80 or 443. And if it is a secure connection, browser will automatically use 443. If it is a basic connection, browser will automatically use 80. So what I'm trying to say here is there are few tools where you don't have to worry about, right? Where you don't have to worry about things, where you don't have to worry about uh, all these ports and everything. This tool itself knows that if you're using me, then okay, this is the port, default port. So if I'm using browser, it knows that it's either 80 or 443. If I'm using RDP or RDC, this tool, remote desktop connection, this tool, it knows that I'm using RDP protocol and the port number is 3389. Similarly, if I'm using PuTTY, it knows the port number is 22. The only difference is here they have mentioned it clearly. Here and in the browser, it is hidden. Here they have mentioned it. Clear to everyone, guys?
Yes.
So
Mm.
again, I have the IP address.
Yes.
I go to PuTTY. Mostly US clients, you will hear them saying PuTTY. Uh, Here in our teams, we use PuTTY. Stick to anything. IP address, port number, simply click open. This is how you connect. Except, obviously, what it will ask. Just because you have used PuTTY, does it mean the authentication will bypass?
Password and
Username and
user
password.
ID.
Username and password.
Yes. And now if I tell you I don't remember my username, then
We'll go to the run command
yes. But net user won't work.
and
That
check for
is,
the
net user is specifically Windows command. There are commands in Linux to check users. Net user is not that. Clear, guys? This is user ID, password. In Linux, uh, even if you paste the password, you won't see anything. I pasted it, but you won't see anything. It got pasted, it will be blank. And I'm logged in here. Now, if you check, hostname is common command. It works in Windows and Linux both. In Windows, if I want to check IP address, ipconfig is the command. And here, I think it is if config. This is a core one, guys. See, if you don't know commands, if you don't know much, you're stuck. Do I have an option that I can right click here and there and do something? In
No.
Windows, at least I can do, right?
no.
If I don't understand anything, I can do something about it. I can at least try to do something. Okay, so I don't have that tool which will help me to fetch. Uh, let me get it. I think I see. I just missed this hyphen and it didn't work. So how difficult it is to use. See, spelling mistake. Look at this. Even if there's some spelling mistake, if I miss something, it won't work. So you won't have many customers requesting you to create core windows. Core windows will look similarly like this. Exactly this. Now, if imagine if you have to do something, I tell you, give me the IP address. I tell you, give me the host name. I tell you, please create a user here, right? It's quite difficult. So you won't have. And even if the request is there, as a cloud admin, do you think it will be a difficult task for you? As a cloud admin, what is the difference in creating a core machine or basic machine? For you, both are same. Difference is after creating the OS, which is not your part again. Got it, guys? So look at this. I am logged into the machine and that's it. That's how you connect to a Linux machine using PuTTY, right? There is one more method, which is key, that we are not doing it today. I'll show it to you later. Again, no interview question will be asked on that, nothing. No troubleshooting step. Mostly troubleshooting also they will ask about Windows that I have experienced. Linux is simple. I mean, looks difficult, but if you know, it's simple to use. It's very lightweight. It's not utilizing your resources, much resources in GUI, right? So Linux is very pretty simple. But we are not discussing Linux or operating system, Windows. We are not learning them, so don't worry about it. Your main focus should be on the portal. From portal, how many connects options do we have? So we saw RDP. We are done with SSH. And look at this. This will also give you an option to download, I guess. SSH. Is it giving you an option to download? Gives you an option to setting, but no, not like RDP. Okay. And SSH is again, guys, it's very open and with multiple options. It's not necessary I have to have PuTTY, right? SSH, I can go here and maybe I can't recall the command. It is SSHI. and then I have to just redirect it to the place where my key is saved, right? If my key is saved on desktop, maybe just I'll go to desktop and I'll if it is in documents or desktop, wherever it is, I'll just show it. I'll just go there and uh, let me show it to you. Let's see if we can do it now. Where did I say? Okay, sorry, I didn't create the key in this one. So if I have a key, I can do this. Here, I'll have to just redirect where my key is. Right here, let's say this is my key. And then I'll type my user ID. And here will be the IP address of the machine. And I just hit enter. Where is the password section here? It has been replaced with the key. When you use key, you don't use password. So it is the user ID and password or username or key. You don't even require putty all the time. You can connect directly from this console because there is no GUI in Linux. Okay? So that is one method to connect. So is this point clear, guys, to everyone to connect how to use RDP and how to use putty?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's have a look at the Bastion. Anyone knows what is Bastion?
Yeah.
Forget Azure. What is a Bastion? Yes, is anyone? Anyone knows what is Bastion, guys? It's dictionary meaning I'm asking, not Azure.
No.
Sorry. Okay, no. Fine,
Help
fine,
in
fine. That's
connecting
okay.
virtual machine.
Bastion is nothing, guys. It's by the way, it's a just for your information, it's uh, a biblical reference in Christianity. People use Bastion. Bastion is a shield which protects you from evil. That's a biblical reference. Dictionary meaning again, it's a wall, so kind of firewall or anything. Coming to Azure, Bastion, what is it? Again, it's a firewall sort of thing, or it's you can say a jump server, a technical another word or technical replacement for that, technical alternate for that, it's jump server. Now, what is a jump server? I have been telling you that in actual world, we do not use public IP. Now I'm using RDP. I'm able to connect from my computer because I'm using public IP, right? If it was private IP, I can connect directly from my computer. That will learn when we go for networking. Be it Linux machine, I was able to connect using putty or RDP anything, but I was able to connect directly because I had public IP. I have public IP on my machine. This machine has public IP, so we are able to speak to each other. Right? These machines are able to speak to each other. Hence, I was able to connect. But what if I tell you that I do not want public IPs on my machine? Then what? And I still want connectivity. Let's say that I go ahead here and remove the public IP of these machines. Look at this. I'm connected to this machine, guys. Fine. I'm connected to this machine and I'm going here to this machine. I'll go to networking. Don't worry about the steps. I'm going fast because we are not doing the network segment. In network segment, we'll be doing it step by step and I'll be assigning you uh, many tasks to remove IP, change IP, right? Because networking is core, guys. There are uh, plenty of questions which you'll get from networking. As of now, I'm just removing it. So don't worry about the steps. Yes, started removing it from my Windows machine. And it still has the connectivity. Let's see. Okay, now look at this. I'm trying to click something. Connectivity has gone. It is just appearing on the page, but if I double click on this one, recycle bin, edge, nothing. It's gone. And here it is. See? The moment I remove public IP, my connectivity is gone. I do not have the connectivity now. Similarly, look at this. This session is connected. Okay, look at this. It is connected now. I'll go ahead here and remove the public IP from this section also, from this machine also. Look at this. I can't see anything. Connection to this also is gone. Do I have public IP in these two machines now?
No.
No. I still want to connect to these machines now. If I go here and check public IP, it's not there. But what do I have? Private IP. If I go here, click on RDP, this is the private IP. Click connect. It won't connect. It won't even take me to user ID. But why? Because private IPs directly can't talk to a public IP. I'm sitting on my laptop. It has a public IP, and this is a private IP. This we are going to cover in networking. But point is, see, I can't connect. Now I still want to connect, and I do not want to assign a public IP. What do I do then? Then one option is, there are many options. One of them is Bastion. What Bastion will do is, let's click here. Go to connect. Click on Bastion. Now I'm creating a Bastion. A Bastion is like a jump server. What do you understand by a jump server? A jump server is something which helps you to connect to a network. Let me open Paint. Okay, let's say that I have one server, just one server. And here I don't have any guys compliance or security. Forget no compliance, no security as of now. I have one server and here I have one user. I want the connectivity. I have no security. These are very simple, basic servers. I'm just doing public work, and even if hacker gets access to this, I don't mind. It's okay. Data is already publicly available. I'm just working on some basic information, right? Something which is already in the public domain. Maybe I'm editing pictures of Taj Mahal, which are already there in public domain. So I don't care. I don't mind someone access my work. I am not at all worried about the security, but I want connectivity. This is me, or this is my user to whom I have assigned this work, right? This is my server. What do you think the best approach? What should I do? Should I
Connect
put,
through the private IP.
Using
can you
VPN.
connect using private IPs? We just tried. Is
Using
it possible?
Bastion.
Using Bastion, yes. But why would I use Bastion? When I'm telling you that I
You
don't
can't.
have any security concerns, I don't have anything. So isn't a simple option that I give a public IP to this machine? Public IP, and then I'm able to connect. Isn't it a simplest option, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Now, putting a Bastion, what it will do? Let's say, yeah, I put a Bastion here. Right? How Bastion works, I'll tell you. But before that, if I have only one machine, I won't worry about the bastion. But now imagine that I don't have one machine. I have multiple servers. Plus, I have compliance issues. Plus, I have security. Plus, I have budget. Right? I have 20 machines here. Now, do you think it's a wise idea that I use 20 public IP? And I'm telling you now, it can have some uh, secure data also. I don't want this to be on public directly. So do you think it's a wise idea to have 20 public IPs on this one, on these machines, and then give access to these
No.
users? No, right? So what will I do? I will have a bastion here, and this bastion will have a public IP. This bastion will have a public IP. So now all my users will connect to this bastion, and this bastion, it's already connected with these machines. So now instead of your machine, you're coming to bastion, and from bastion you're accessing these machines, whichever you want. So even if someone tries to access some hacker, see if hacker is inside my network, then that's a different thing. Right? Altogether gone. It's not possible to come in the network most of the time, maximum time. Where they penetrate or where they hack in the public network. So user is coming from here to here directly. It's on the public network. If hacker gets into this, he will be able to come here. Right? And my data is directly on this server. But here, even if somehow user is a hacker is able to penetrate this connection, maximum what he can do is come here. But the moment he's here, I again have my internal firewall policies, etc., etc., won't be able to get access to my data immediately. This is the difference. So this is acting as a firewall. This is acting as a jump server. So users can come here, then they can connect this machine. Right? Let's see it on the portal. Okay, it is still deploying. By the way, Bastion, and there are a few more resources we have. Uh, One is VNet, not the VNet pairing, VPN. These are the resources which take approximately 10 to 15 minutes to create. And these are the resources, if you leave them on, it will hardly take 18 to 19 hours to utilize your complete 18,000 rupees. So anyone is practicing, guys, strictly do not leave it there. Don't even wait for me to check. If you're using Bastion, create it, test it, please delete it immediately. We had incident where people they had their excuses that I was having my lunch, I was in office call, sorry I could not delete it, and within one day complete 18,000 were vanished. Please, I do not want to hear any excuse. If you're not free completely to end your practical, do your practical end to end, where you create Bastion, where you deploy Bastion, you test Bastion, and you delete Bastion, do not start, please. Please do not start. When you have sufficient time, you take 1 hour, 2 hour dedicated time. Yes, now I can create, test, and delete. Then only sit and start Bastion. Please do not come up with excuses. I was having lunch, I had to go, XYZ, ABC. Please don't do that. And if there is some genuine issue, you're creating maybe electricity gone, internet gone, and you just created Bastion, please ping in the group immediately. Either I'll do it, Zaid has access, and I think I had assigned this access to someone else also. To Zaid's subscription, I added one more contributor now.
I guess goes.
Yes, Gauss. So just ping in the group. Someone will do it, right? I can add few more contributors today. Maybe Ajit, I can add you, Abhijit, I can add you, Ubaid, I can add you. Few of you, I will add few of more contributors, but we do not want to waste this money, guys. Also, do not, it's just, you're wasting in another manner also. Look at this. We still have $191 out of 200, which means you guys are not practicing more. And we are just left with 18 days. We have already used 50% of the validity, and we haven't used 50% of our amount. What does it mean? That you are not utilizing the amount. I can go and check resource group by resource group just to let you know that who is doing who's practicing, who's not, but that's not the aim here. But I hope you can get the fair idea that you can get everything, all report you get here. Look at this. Ghazala has used 43 rupees. Ajit has used 56. Surbi has used 64. Right? And just because you are using extra money doesn't mean that you're practicing more. Maybe you just turn on some resource and leave it on. You are using extra money. Don't do that also. I want you to utilize it properly. So if you're using Bastion in Z subscription, make sure you do end-to-end practical. If you want to share it with me, share the screenshots, but delete it. Can't share it, fine, delete it. Right? But you have to understand Bastion, guys. If even if you're not doing the practical, you have to understand it well. If you have any questions, please do ask. So is it clear till here, guys, that what is Bastion theory part?
So, by
Yes.
how many VM we can add under Azure Bastion?
I'll come to that.
Is there any limit?
Yes, there is, but it's not a straight answer. There are two methods, so I'll show it to you.
Okay.
How to deploy a Bastion? Go to any machine, click on connect, click on Bastion. Does it mean to have a Bastion, first you need to create at least one machine? What do you think?
Yes.
No. I mean, it's logically correct answer, but no, that's not the case. Let's go here in Z subscription. Do I have any machine? No, right?
No.
Go here, click on Bastion. Can you see any Bastion here? No, but what do you see? An option to create. Guys, don't go on this one, what I'm doing. I'm creating a new resource group. Why? Because I have access. Will you be able to create new resource group? Unless you have
No.
access?
No.
No, you. So, right, don't try this. Make sure you're using your own resource group. And even people who have contributor access on the resource on the subscription level, it's not recommended to create new resource group. Please use your own resource group. One thing, very important thing in Bastion, guys, that I do not have machines as of now, but I plan to have my machines in East US. I'm planning to have 10 machines in East US. Okay. Can I go ahead and create my Bastion in South India?
No.
Why not?
Yes, you
Region
can.
has to be same.
Sorry, why not?
I guess region has to be the same.
Yes. Remove guess from your answer. Say the same answer in a confident manner, in a proper wordings. Whoever answered no, no, guys, whoever answered yes, that's incorrect. You can't. Basic requirement of Bastion that it has to be in the same region where all your machines are. If I have these 20 machines in different region, I can't use one Bastion. I have to have these 20 machines in the same region. If these machines are in East US, my Bastion cannot be in West US or East US too. They have to be in the same region. So if I'm planning to have my machines in East US or East US 2, I will have to have my Bastion in East US. Clear? Yes, guys,
Yes.
yes, no, maybe. You
Yes.
Yes.
understand this point? You'll have
Yes.
to
Yes.
explain it in your interview when they talk about Bastion. Don't wait for them to cross question. You try explaining, yes, this is Bastion, I have worked on that. This is the limitation of Bastion that we can't do it cross region, right? Okay, answering your question, Ubaid. Do you see how many instance
Yep.
count we can have?
Yes.
This is in standard tier. In premium tier, let's see how many we have. Same number. Basic. How many can we have in basic tier?
2.
2.
2.
So that this is the reason I didn't give you the straight answer. Right? Basic, 2. Standard, maybe 50. Premium, 50. Basic is not only about this, it will have few less features also. So while practicing, I would request you guys to always stick to standard, be it any resource. Always stick to standard. We have money, let's utilize it. You don't have to make it 50. We don't have 50 machines, right? Even before creating the bastion, you guys will have to create at least 2 machines just to practice. So maximum you have 2 machines. So let's stick to 2. It's okay. Is it clear, guys? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
Right. So instance count, you can select from here. Maximum, you can have 50. What is instance count, by the way? What is an
Number of
instance?
virtual machine.
Virtual machine. Normally, Azure calls instance to a virtual machine. Okay. Virtual network. Can I have a different virtual network for Bastion and different virtual network for machines? I'm saying my virtual machines will be in some uh, Rami's virtual network. It is in East US2, and my Bastion will be in Surbhi virtual network. Again, it is in East US2.
No,
Not possible. Why? What is
no, we
virtual
can't.
network? We are going to do that later, guys. But understand from Bastion point of view, not possible. Region and virtual network, they have to be same of machines and Bastion. Very, very important point. I mean, your answer will be judged on this. Subnet. What are the requirements of a Bastion? Right? Maybe you're not understanding these terms, guys. As of now, just remember them. Don't have to understand what do you mean by different VNet, same VNet, we are not getting it. You don't have to get it. Just understand it. Sorry, just remember them. You'll understand them when we do networking segment, and we're going to do it in detail. Don't worry. Not leaving this at all. Very important topics. आधा इंटरव्यू आपका इसी के आसपास होने वाला है सब कुछ. Network, compute, right? So I'm not skipping that. Even if I have to extend the classes, we'll do that. Right? So very important point, subnet. One of the requirement of the Bastion is to have a dedicated subnet named Azure Bastion subnet. If you don't understand what is VNet, subnet, it's completely fine for now. But I want you to remember tomorrow, let's say in next session, if I'm asking you a question that what are the basics of Bastion, you should remember, irrespective of your understanding, you should remember that Bastion should be in the same region of the machines. Bastion should be in the same virtual network of the machines. And Bastion should have a dedicated subnet called Azure Bastion subnet. These 3 things I want you to remember without even understanding for now. So please don't take this as an excuse to yourself that, okay, I don't understand it now. Why should I remember? Just remember it. Your interviewer just wants to hear these words. Same region, same VNet, dedicated subnet named Azure Bastion subnet. Even if you don't understand, your answer will be clear. Trust me on this. So we are going to cover this. We are going to see, check the understanding as well, but not now when we start network segment. Is this point clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Same region,
Yes.
same virtual network, and a dedicated subnet named Azure Bastion subnet. I hope everyone will remember this, right? Yes, Ubed?
Well, so are we going to create a separate virtual network and subnet for Azure Bastion, or it will be associated with the virtual machine, this virtual network?
Sorry, didn't get your question. Can you repeat?
Are we going to create a separate virtual network
Hmm.
in which we will have a subnet
Hmm.
for only for Bastion?
Okay. Guys, what are the 3 conditions of having a Bastion?
It should
should
be
be
a
in
same
same
region.
region, same
Should be in
network,
Same to
region.
what? Same
and
to what?
dedicated
Virtual
virtual
machines.
machine and bastion.
Virtual machine.
So I'm saying that my virtual machines are in X virtual network, so my bastion should be in the X virtual network, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Obed, does that
Right.
answer your question?
Little bit confused still.
Again,
Between this virtual network and subnet.
let me put your question here. First, you understand the three benchmarks which I am quoting, and then ask your question again, and you'll get your answer. Let me. I'm saying three conditions. One, same region. Same to what, by the way? Same to virtual machines, right? Virtual machines which I am trying to access using bastions, those virtual machines. Same region, same virtual network, right? And a subnet named Azure Bastion subnet. These are three conditions. Now ask your question again, Ubed.
So, means are we going to create a dedicated subnet and virtual network for Bastion?
If I create a dedicated virtual network for Bastion, a dedicated, which means separate, is it contradicting from my above condition or not? I have VMs. I have a VNet. I have VMs, which means I definitely have VNet, right? Without a VNet, I can't have a VM. My condition is
Right.
when creating a Bastion, it should be same virtual network. Now you're asking, should I create a dedicated VNet? Are these contradicting or not?
It is.
No.
Why not?
It is conflicting
No,
because we are
guys, let Ubed answer. I told you guys at the beginning also, I will be cross questioning, right? So no one has to take that personally. No one has to mind about it. What are we doing here? Brainstorming session, right? Yes, Ubed. If I create a dedicated network, how can I have a same virtual network and a dedicated virtual network? ये दोनों एक sentence में fit होते हैं क्या?
नहीं.
Point समझ में आ रहा है आपको? See, what am I saying here, guys?
हाँ.
Okay, by the way, we have only 20 seconds left. Let's disconnect, take a quick break of 3 minutes, rejoin at 1:30, and we'll continue here. I'm stopping the session.
Okay.